Oh, yes. And the other part, because I mentioned about the building and the collateral to BP, and talking about, kind of old boys believing what another old boy say. Because I had assigned this property as collateral, I did not owe BP. And of course, we, went to court and all of that. And I owed them nothing. They just stopped paying me. And of course, I could not work anymore. But I did continue to work for about 3 years after that. And oh, there's a lot of stories in there. Some of them are funny as hell. They are survival is what it's all about. But what they did was they just walked into the bank, and because I signed the paper, and they said they needed the collateral or whatever you tell a bank, and the bank gave it to them. It was a small bank, but they gave it to them. Anyway, so that's just to say, and you can only fight so many battles at a time. And at this time we were preparing the suit against BP, and we were also getting business because it was actually after this time that we got all of the federal contracts, etc. But there's I mean, when I say the Coup, and when I say I know how they play, hey, I know how they play. And when I say I've been on the mountaintop and I've been on the ground, I have, and I survived. But I do believe in God. And I will say one of the things, there's so many things that you don't know. First of all, there's things to pay attention to, like, and it's all a part of a story, and I'll get to that the next time. But I just didn't want to leave that hanging as to what happened with the with the building part. But those that will come in bits and pieces down the road, because this is not going to be a story about me, but it will be a story about survival and how I survived this. So much of it was so ridiculous. It was like I was actually looking in, and it was somebody else's life. It's like, this is not my life. This is not happening to me. And I didn't really feel it. I couldn't, and thank God I couldn't. And that was truly God carrying me, because it was ugly. It was very ugly. And even down to the lawsuit, which my daughter did 2 years or maybe 3 years out of law school, because everybody else, it was a conflict of interest. So when it came right down to it, she was the only one who could do the case. And she did a hell of a job. You can ask Kirtland and Alice, because Kirtland and Ellis was the firm of BP's attorney. They didn't want to, I mean, they just kind of like couldn't believe that, one little new attorney did all of this work with the support staff, of course, of Donlin, which was a couple of, maybe about two or three people. And we made it all happen. And so with that, we succeeded. And I feel good about it, and I feel good about me. But you'll get more of that story later if you keep clicking. Thank you again.